So right now I'm digging alongside our hoop house. I'm going to put in a baseboard, and I'm going to put plastic down, but I just wanted to show you, so these are our walkways, and I just wanted to show you what that soil looks like. So that's where a lot of traffic's going on, and so usually that's going to be a source of compaction, and the area does not have as good of drainage as the beds where we don't walk. But I just want to show you a clot here. So this came out all together, and the way you can tell if your compaction, if you have bad compaction, is when you break this apart, it won't crumble. It'll break apart hard, and it'll break apart. You won't be able to just let it kind of disintegrate. So we'll see here. See, there's a worm in there. There's all these roots in there. So if I squeeze this together, so I'm going to squeeze it together. If your compaction is bad, it won't crumble apart again. So see how it's just kind of breaking apart easily? It's not smearing. So it means that you have good aggregates. So even when you squeeze it together, the aggregates, almost like sand, no matter how hard you squeeze sand, it'll just kind of fall apart again. Where when your soil isn't aggregated well, when you squeeze it, it'll kind of all like smear together, and when you go to break it up, it won't break up. I mean, it pretty much is just one big ball, and that's what you don't want. So here's another clot. You can see how it just kind of, you break it, just keeps going into smaller and smaller pieces. And this stuff has, our soil is very clay, so there's still kind of a clay color to it, but you can see there's actually a lot of dark areas kind of mixed in. So the worms will slowly mix the compost and humus in with the clay, and that's very important. You want all that carbon. It's pretty much what organic matter, or what your compost and humus is. It's just organic matter, carbon that's being put into the soil. Now there's minerals and things like that in with it, but most of it, what gives it that dark color is all the carbon. Just like a carbon filter has, those are, I mean, the carbon that's in it. Or if you take a carbon supplement, or charcoal, I mean, not carbon supplement, but like charcoal, which is pretty much carbon. A lot of times it'll like detox. If you have a sickness or something, you take the charcoal, and the charcoal kind of binds to the toxins and pulls it out of your body. Well, that's what, with all the compost we're putting on, all this, it's not charcoal, so to say, but it's carbon, and the carbon is what binds to the toxins. So the more carbon you have in your soil, the more, if you have toxicity or things going on, will be held bound to the carbon, and the plants won't absorb that. So in a world where it's pretty well impossible to get away from chemicals and toxicity, the biggest buffer that you can have, especially with your food, is having a high organic matter and having all that carbon in the soil that will bind to the toxins and keep them out of your plants. So no matter what pure soil you bring into your area, eventually it will get, I mean, your environment, whatever's around you, just naturally floating in the air, will settle on that ground. So the best way is just to keep compost on your beds, keep your organic matter high, and that'll keep the food you eat as clean and pure as possible. So this all came from just alongside the hoop house. So this will actually get mixed in. I'm for sure not going to waste it. It's going to get mixed in with our compost. So I'll slowly mix this in with the compost, and then it'll go on all of our beds. Hey, Asa. Someone found me. Asa. Asa. Hey, good boy. Till next time, eat well, live well.